So you can see, let us mind about our environment. And the reason of the climate challenges is coming because people are neglecting the environmental factors. People are taking wine, they are taking soda and throwing the plastics anyhow on the environment. This one is affecting the ecosystem so much. In a nearby future, if we are not protecting our environment from the plastics and the cavera, obviously we are going to have a big problem in future. So it is better to have a sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture meaning you use the available resources to produce food, to generate income from it, but you don't compromise the use of the same resources in the future. So you have to be careful of the environment. If you are doing farming or production, make sure that you protect the environment in order for the future generation to also benefit in the same way you are benefiting currently in your time. So let us protect our environment from the waste material that can deplete our ecosystem. So waste management is always very important in agriculture. In a bid to try to control pests and diseases, a farmer gets the sacket after using up the chemicals, throw the sackets in the garden. You throw the bottles of the chemicals anyhow, which can affect the organism, and as well you poison the environment. So this afternoon we have launched the concern on waste management in C&D Alito. I'm so glad with the students who are doing industrial training. I have here
Sarah from UCI.
Sarah from UCI. Scholar from Dokolo Technical. Dokolo Technical. Akoli Sarah from UCI.
Then Chebet Caleb from UCI.
Chebet from UCI. So these are the team who are helping C&D to at least have the waste managed very well. So today we are moving in different parts of the training center in order to make sure that we gather all the litters. So here we have a lot of waste from the compound, from the student dormitory, from the kitchen and other things. So now we are going to sort this waste into different categories. The one which is recyclable, we are going to recycle it. Then others, we are going to use them. So we are sorting all the different kind of waste and make sure that it is no more on the compound. So we can continue. So you can pick plastic, like the bottles, you put them aside. The bottles can be used for bottle drip irrigation. So you first put them aside, you bring the cavera. Bring one cavera and you put all the bottles there. Now you can see our compound was completely degraded. So you sort out, put all the plastic, wood bottles, you put them aside. We are going to use them for other things. You can use them. Today we have managed to collect the garbage from the compound. We had a lot of trash, the plastic, the socket, empty bottles and other things. So we have managed to gather them all.
We shall collect that before we move it.
The compound was really dirty. Hey, these are bottles. These are good bottles. Don't buy it. Let us now sort them out. Sort out good waste. Sort out good waste. And we leave the one which is not valuable. That one is good.
To clear our environment, yeah, as you can see, we have gathered these things that have been polluting the environment. As being an agriculturist, you must be systematic in a way that you should not just dispose these things anyhow. Like as you can see, we have separated these things. Like as you can see from the other side, yeah, there are some bottles which are there. We have separated them because they can be used for other things like in irrigation and also potting in those cafeteras. You can use it as also in potting other seedlings. That's why we are doing this, yeah, to avoid pollution in the environment.
There are some waste materials like these papers. Now if you leave this paper like this, the rain will come and rain and the water will not enter down into that soil where they have what? Covered that, where that will cover that waste is supposed to make water not to penetrate in that one. That soil, causing that soil not to be fertile. Now we have decided to what? Take them away. This waste is not actually we are not going to burn them because we are still going to use them for potting other plants.
Okay, my advice to farmers, when you plant your seedlings and you are managing it well, when you get some waste like this, don't leave it there. You pick it and take it somewhere, and when you get it is important to you, you can even put it somewhere and then you use it later, but you don't leave it in your garden like this. It can affect the plants. So farmer, make sure you don't leave this polythene or these bottles in your garden.
Okay, as you see, it is not good to leave this waste in your demo garden like this. Like if you are to see, when you get a polythene in your garden like this and you keep mixing it up with the soil, it will prevent root development, and when even some organic organisms which are in the soil, they will instead of decomposing the soil, they will end up dying. So it is advisable to the farmer. So when you get this waste in your garden like this, you remove it. You collect them all from the garden. You collect them in the buckets like it is. So when you collect them all, you take it somewhere. You go and burn it because it is useless for our plants. You dump it somewhere so that when you leave your garden like this, when the waste is not there, you will be able to get good yields out of it. The root will have well developed, and also when you are to water your crops, the water will penetrate to the deeper layer. So that is what I can say about the waste.
Now, today we are turning our manure. It has been here for 2 weeks, so we are going to, you have to turn it, and as you moisten it, in fact, when you want faster decomposition to be there, you need to make sure that there is adequate moisture in the manure heaps. So we had 3 heaps. One is the other one, another one is there, and now today we are combining to make one big heap. So in this method, faster decomposition is only achieved when there is adequate moisture. You can see where there was no moisture, as a farmer you need to make sure that you aid or you increase the speed of decomposition process by making sure that there is adequate moisture in your manure heap. So, in the same way, you need to keep mixing them. The one which was down, you mix. The one which is not fully, you incorporate and make sure that they are in the middle, so that the decomposition is done uniformly. Kelly. Even this, like this one now, it was, we can decompose it. Just fix it here in the manure pit. Fix it there, we have to turn it into food form. The residues from the farm, you can decompose them. So the reason why we are showing you this kind of manure making, because we want you to manage waste from the farm. This is one of the waste management practices that we should engage. Last time we talked about what it does. It helps you to regenerate the soil, to bring back the fertility of the soil, so that it is used for longer period of time. Are you getting that? It's one of the regenerative practice in horticulture production, and also is one of the waste management practice. It helps you as a farmer to manage waste from the farm, from the field, from crop department. When you slash the compound, you mow the compound, you collect the grasses. Dry leaves falls down, don't waste them, don't burn them. Collect them and then you bring to the manure heap and decompose them within 2 months. Okay? Yes. At a partial decomposition, when it is partially decomposed, you turn 2 times. The third time you are going to turn, the decomposition is still in the process. It is not complete. You still see some small particles which are not yet soil. At that stage, you will find very many soil-living organisms are now present, because the soil, the manure is now cooled down. You will find a lot of beetles, a lot of earthworms, and the rest of it. So, these living organisms, you need to incorporate them. You need to add them also to the soil, okay? So, when you are using it as partially decomposed, you carry it when a full decomposition has not taken place, and you incorporate them into the soil, okay? So that further decomposition continues from the field together with those microorganisms and the soil-living organisms. Are you getting that? So, if you want to wait for a full decomposition, you wait for 2 months, 2 months plus. That soil you can use it to prepare a nursery bed or in the planting holes when you are transplanting and the rest of it. Are you getting that? How to do this and then also make liquid manure. I hope you now know how to make liquid manure and use it very well. For liquid manure, 1 week is enough. You can start adding to your soil, okay? Can we give a hand clap for that? Can we shower flowers to everybody who has participated?
I can now advise the farmer not to always waste those animal waste. They should always gather them together and decompose them. And other plant materials like poisonous plants that are useless to plants that they cannot feed on, they can turn it into this compost manure and use it to support our plant growth.
Demonstrating one of the climate smart agricultural practices, which is raising the free nursery bed using the available material. So, like here, we are using the waste products, all waste products. We have the waste plastics, which was for chemicals, after agrochemical use. We collected them to be rich again. And then we have the soil, which has been added to values. The goat waste, manure, which was decomposed locally. We are now trying to make sure that what we are packing, the soil that we are packing in the popping bags, are very fertile and very nutritious, in such a way that the seedlings can get good yields. Like this one is now good for transplanting. But with the mangoes, with the rootstock, if you transplant when it is still young, when it is just germinating like this one, it is actually the best because it will not suffer stress of transplanting. What you have to do is make sure that you transplant them as then you have to be very careful, avoid waterlogging the cotton bag. So there should be perforation in your pot. Your pot must have perforation. Create holes all over in such a way that when it rains heavily, excess water can come out. Or when you water it heavily, there is too much water you have put there, it can be in position not to, this circuit not all water. Because the seedling we are transplanting here does not need too much water. So avoid waterlogging in the potting bag. Now, assuming you are at home at this time, what would you be doing? Going to the trading center, playing cards, something which is not productive. Yeah. See? No, can you give space for others? Let everybody first come. There is something we have to learn. It is not a big mistake, but we have to learn from it, okay? So now, what I was explaining is, when you are transplanting, remember these seedlings, they are still weak, their food is still here, okay? But when you are transplanting mangoes, don't leave this cotyledon outside. Make sure you have them inside the soil. And when you plant like this, if you pour water here, this soil will settle down and leave all the roots outside. The roots have to come from somewhere here. Okay? So what you do, you open inside and then you do this like this, okay? And you ensure that you add more soil, bring more soil. Bring soil. Okay.
Ay, no, ay na may tiyo do de kiti. Amo tu chapol. Depo ko maber. May no penga. Pe we ha siel ke de. Pe ha ta. Mir pokiro ram. Akai te pito. Pot po pa.
Tere. Oh, no man. Make sure your bottle is dripping very well, as you can see. Slowly, it keeps on dripping. Are you seeing? This is fantastic. And you find it is now, you can now see, by the time we were starting here was dry, but now the moisture is coming out to cool down this area, to cool around the base of the plant. But
So it is not advisable to burn this kind of waste because it can also affect our climatic changes. Like it affects the ozone layer. So, but there is no any other alternative whereby we can leave this waste. So we are going to burn it for today to keep our compound clean. So this is how we are going to do it.
so like burning these plastics, it releases carbon in the atmosphere, which affects the weather pattern. So when this carbon is burned and it released into the atmosphere, it reacts with the ozone layer, which is affecting, causing climate as condition. But today, we don't want our animal litters in the compound. So we have to sacrifice today, then this little waste, and we are going to burn it like that, and make sure that no more waste is seen in C&D, Alito. You take care of the hand gloves. Waste
In Alito.
Keep the compound
Clean.
Keep Alito
Clean.
C&D
Alito.
So now we have come to the end of our campaign against waste. in the compound. Right now, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for what you have done. Can we, even the hand gloves that you have been using is a waste. Don't take and again dump it to the compound. You can now throw it in fire. Okay? No, move close, baby. The hand gloves is also a waste. Thank you for the good work. Thank you for the campaign. Sustainable agriculture is so good. Sustainable agriculture is so good. Thank you. Kill you. Kill you.